Girl, I don't know if y'all was watching my Instagram live earlier, but bitch, you know, I always try to do the pre-show on the IG so that y'all can come on over because I know y'all, and I want y'all to make sure y'all follow me on my IG, share my IG, you know, get close to me on my, let's get closer. Ooh. Closer than close. Closer than close. Oh, closer, Mo. Glory be to the ever-living God. So, it's been interesting this week. This has been a very, very, very interesting week.
Yes, as you
I
can
know.
tell.
Yes, it's been very interesting. It's been a lot of things going on with the colors. Even though I'm a part of the colors, I just, you know, make sure at times that I always, you know, make sure that I exalt thee, exalt all the colors. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I exalt the colors and make sure that, you know, people don't like when you take the mirror and you turn around and make them look at themselves in their face. They don't like that.
No.
See, they don't like now. Here's where I get the heaviest of my scrutiny. Okay? The heaviest of my scrutiny, I get it. When, just like with the Shanquella Robinson thing, when I said one of her own, right? Just like when I say the colors, or then I say us, and then them, because what y'all don't like is that I meet you motherfuckers where y'all be at. I meet y'all where y'all be at. Y'all tell me that I ain't no woman. I'm a man. And, you know, y'all do this. This is on a daily basis, right? Daily. You point out to me these things. So when I step outside that and I concede, I say, okay, well then y'all. Oh, bitch. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you did. So I'm like, well, what is it? Do you want me to be am I a woman today? Am I the cunt today? Huh? Am I a cunt today? Okay. So then when I start saying, well, y'all blacks be, you not, see, that's the problem. I'm like, but wait. Don't y'all tell me that I ain't colored? Because I'm a fag? So don't. They say my screen black.
Really? Hold on, let me go. I'm gonna check. You can keep talking. Let me go check.
I don't think is my screen black.
I mean, I think.
They say they can see me.
Oh, okay.
They say they can see me. They say they see me. All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, we ain't going nowhere. So when I say this type of stuff, well, when I say this, people don't like that. They don't like when I turn the looking glass back at them. Because what I do is it's always an experiment for me.
Right.
Always, Mo. You know, I tell you this stuff all the time. I say, watch. Now, watch when I say this. They're going to, well, what you mean? Ain't you supposed to be? I'm like, wait. But I've been, see, Hope did a video the other day. And in the video, she was talking about Laverne Cox's presence on the Breakfast Club. And there was parts of the video where she said, I want to leave y'all with an assignment to do. And I'm tired of trying to teach you niggas how to treat us or teach you niggas or whatever. Like, I'm tired of doing this. But when you sit back and you really evaluate it and you really look at it, motherfuckers know exactly what they be doing. They know exactly what they be doing. They know exactly what the fuck they be saying. Because when I turn the looking glass back at them, what they say, ain't you supposed to be? So this means that y'all hear us, but you just don't want to apply it. You feel where I'm coming from? That means y'all hear us. Okay. That means y'all hear us, but you don't want to apply it. Because when I turn the looking glass back at a motherfucker, it's, I thought that you were supposed to be a woman. And I've been telling you this. I'm a woman. I may not be a cisgender woman, but I've been, so you've been hearing me. It's just that you blatantly are not going to take anything that you've learned and you're not going to apply that. Just like for the past couple months here, all this shit been going on with these motherfucking transsexuals, transvestite, transvaginal missions, transunion machines, honey, transunion credit scores. All this stuff been going on, right? And I've been telling y'all that this is a fucking distraction because these niggas is trying to is using all of this stuff to blind you, to blindfold your ass, to run down there and make laws and shit against you. It start with us. It start with us because we this big. Because you got to really think about it in your brain. You got to put your brain cells together and really think about how is a population of people that this big bothering everybody. Huh? Nobody can't never answer that question for you. How's a population of people that this big bothering everybody? So you don't be really looking at it with your eyes. You be looking at it with your anger. You don't be looking at it with your eyes. You don't like a motherfucker. And it's all right. I don't need you to. I don't give a fuck about you liking me. I don't care about that shit. I'm 45 years old. I'm only worried about if I'm getting in the gates. That's all I'm worried about. You niggas don't do a fucking thing for me that don't like me. I'm only worried about getting in the gates. That's it. I'm 45. The gates ain't but dust that far. So I'm only worried about that. But while I'm here, I'm going to put shit in your motherfucking face, whether you like me or you don't. So the first thing I really want to talk about is this Jim Crow shit down there in Mississippi. I want to talk about that first. That's the first thing I want to talk about because yesterday, but you know, and what I saw yesterday, I didn't see a lot of people. Some people challenge me under my comment, but usually I get them hoes flooded. But after I made my rebuttals of, because so many people that was trying to challenge me under my comments, because I put laughing faces. And I say, see, this what I've been trying to tell you niggas. That this shit is, this shit is happening. And Mississippi, we don't expect much from Mississippi except them doing some nigga shit. Some nigga racist shit. We don't expect. But this shit is going on in Tennessee. The no drag queen shit. You got to look at how this stuff is going. Use your eyes, niggas. You using your hate in your heart. Use your eyes, niggas. It started with this no drag. This shit started in Florida with DeSantis. Even though all this stuff been going on, because it ain't never quit, but it's real glorified and it's really popularized and shit right now. That no gay shit, don't say gay bill started in Florida with DeSantis. Now you see Arkansas, Mississippi, with the segregation, the Jim Crow coming back, right? But it started. It was a whole lot of hoopla around the fags and stuff, the gays and all that. Whole lot of that stuff going on. Because it seemed like something every day, every single day was going on about the gays. Every day. And all I see, because I read the comments. Bitch, I'm not above that. All I see is majority of the colors just really with the them. I'm like, bro, damn. Good for them. I'm sick of them. They got too many rights any motherfucking way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really going to the point that I'm over here. I have to reel myself back. I have to reel myself back and say, you know, Maddie, just come back. Come on back, girl. Come on back, sir. Come on back. I tell myself that sometimes. Come on back, sir. Come on back. Because these people really don't mean a hill of beans to any motherfucking thing. Don't you get it twisted. They don't mean that. You know what I'm saying? But then in the grand scheme of things, they do. Because you may not get a bitch to come out and vote. You may not. But I'm going to tell you this. A bitch may run out because they see some shit like that. Voting does count, regardless of the fact that you want to believe that or not. Voting counts. And if they got your nigga vote on they cracker side with that cracker shit, because you so blinded by all the wicked and vile things that you have in your heart towards homosexual people and transsexual people, that it just help. It just, I'm going to say this and say this every day with my chest. If you want a nigger with an ER, not an A, Nigger, if you want a nigger and a cracker to join forces, punch a punk, beat a punk, convict a punk, hurt a punk. If you want the two to combine to make one, if you want the Wonder Twin powers to fucking activate, bitch, and form up, do that. Clearly, y'all bitches don't be looking at what really be going on, what the fuck be going on in between the sheets of your home. Put the Jim Crow thing up here, Mo, really fast. Mississippi approves House Bill 1020 to create a new district of white neighborhoods in the heavily black capital city. Black people would have no voting rights on the matter. All the niggas is outraged. Bitch, I'm outraged too because I'm a nigga. But just the other day, when we was telling the children, when they said that they banned it over there in Tennessee, which ain't but 5 minutes from motherfucking Mississippi, it's the South, bitch. All the niggas was on there talking about how good. That's good for them. Good. And I'm like, bro, you ain't but that far from this same bill. You ain't but that far from this same bill. Because even the book say, what you do to the least of us, hey, Yabashata. What you do to the least of them. I know a lot of y'all around here. It's called, wait a minute, what's the word? Intersectionality, right? I'm learning. I be learning this shit. You know, I try to learn without cussing. But God damn it, it's called intersectionality. Intersection. Like, you know how the intersection and spaghetti junction, we over here to let how all that shit reach around. It all connects and it go to motherfucking together. Because the ultimate goal is to reach the destination of them and us. And it don't matter if us is this or this. See, with the colored folks, it matters if you this. Because if you this, they ain't helping you. Oh, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Oh, it ain't good for y'all. Sick of you punks any motherfucking way. Not understanding that this and this run together. Because I'm so sick of them talking about, Madison, why do you always try to put the gay shit in the struggle with slavery? I say, well, I don't try to put it together, but if you open your eyes, you can clearly see that it runs concurrent. It runs consecutively. It runs parallel. If you open up your fucking eyes and see, you can't see that shit because you know you got the white gays in there. When them laws be coming down the pipeline, it don't have nothing to do with the black girls, nothing to do with the black trans. It don't got shit to do with us, nothing to do with us, nothing. It has absolutely nothing to do with us. Nothing. Because at the middle, end, and beginning of the day, and all of that shit, we black. But we know that though. It's you motherfuckers that act like we not black no more. And don't see when we be talking about we being oppressed and this shit be going on with us. And help us. Help us, bond with us to fight this shit too. Because, bitch, they hitting us because we this small. Bitch, what does it look like for them to be beating up on something that you hate? It looks like a victory. But it's also a loss for you, bitch. It's a loss for your ass too. And it hurts me and it saddens me that, and it almost got me to a bitter place. I'm not even gonna tell y'all no fucking lie. It almost has me to a bitter place to when I start, but I got to shake myself out of that shit. Because it's like when I start seeing things that's going on with black people, I'll be like, man, I don't give a fuck about this shit. But I have to say, no, Madison, don't you do that. Don't you fucking do that. Don't you turn your motherfucking head to that stuff. Talk about that shit. Talk about those issues. Talk about that. Bring awareness to that stuff. Do that. Don't you let that shit taint you. Because it's some hurtful shit. Y'all niggas don't understand. It's some hurtful fucking shit. And if a bitch stand over here telling you that that shit is hurtful as a black fag, as a black trans, as a black motherfucking goddamn dyke, whatever the fuck you call, whatever, because I'm using the words that you bitches use about us. It hurts to see people jumping up and down in happiness for basic human rights taken away from people. The right to live, the right to work, the right to put food on your fucking table. And for all the people that's colored, I just don't be saying how you don't understand this. How do you not have any compassion or any foresight to see that, bitch, once they are given the power to do that to this group of people that is this small, who do you think they're going to target this? Because they don't like us anyway. Shanetta, go up to Shanetta. We need to talk to Shanetta. Shanetta says, I'm going to fight for my blackness first. That fight is ongoing. Can't focus on both. We black first. We never said we wasn't black. We never said we wasn't black, Shanetta. We just said we black even under the LGBTQIA. And so when shit be going on against the LGBTQIA that's black, y'all don't give a fuck about that because y'all feel like that we got some type of magic protections or whatever. We got some type of rainbow Skittles fucking protection because of that. And that's not true. It's not true. And you don't take the time out to hear us saying this. Y'all don't take the time to hear, oh, I'm not thinking about none of that stuff that this got something to do with banning y'all and do it. That don't got nothing to do with me. I'm fighting for my black first. Ma'am, that is your black. That is your black too, ma'am. Fuck being first. That is your black too. That's TOO, meaning also. That is your black too. And this is the problem that we having with most colored people. They're not understanding that that is your black too. So let's talk about it. Come on, sister. Bring my sister up here. Let's talk about it. Hey,
Hey.
what's going on, baby? You know I love because you know you come on here with your full advocacy belt on, honey.
Look here. Every time I get a chance to sound off, I'm gonna do that. Um, when it comes down to it, what's interesting to me is like when we have these conversations where folks feel the need to keep things apart, keep things separate, have a whole different conversation. It's always interesting how they fail to realize or acknowledge the fact that y'all never need us until you need us to show up in numbers to get things done, which goes to show that we are a vulnerable part of this community. Which goes to show that y'all do need our voices, and which goes to show that y'all understand that we are Black people. What bothers me is that in conversation and when stuff like this happens and when we want to talk about things like this, y'all want to ask us to shut up because you don't like the idea of our voices being at the forefront of the movement. And what I found is that when you look at a large vast amount of like the major Black movements that have been held, they have been curated, sponsored, put together, and led by Black queer people. Once again, I shouldn't have to keep reminding folks, but I'm going to say it for those of y'all that don't know. If you're unsure of Bayard Rustin's actual, place in the civil rights movement, he wasn't just a best friend to Dr. King. He wasn't just some random dude with glasses that just happened to be there. He was the organizer of a large portion of all of the actions that Dr. King held up. And he was an openly gay Black man. When we talk about some of your favorite writers and authors and all of those things, when we talk about the things that really helped us to understand what it meant to be Black and what it really meant to conquer the system as Black people, a lot of those writings were formulated by Black queer people. And so when we have this conversation constantly that says, hey, what we want y'all to do is not throw us away to the wayside because y'all are going to need us later, we need y'all to listen. And stuff like this is real interesting, Madison, because I feel like while we also want to talk to Black people about how they're fucking us over with this rhetoric and all of this other stuff that they have going on, what I also want to be mindful about is the fact that when it comes down to it, if Madison said nothing, if I said nothing, if all of your favorite queer people that y'all can't stand and can't wait to hate on said nothing, y'all would still turn around and say we need to say more, that we need to do something, and that we shouldn't forget that we're Black. So which one is it? When do we get to just be Black and show up to the cookout with the thing that we said that we were going to bring? And when do y'all want us to be non-existent and go sit in the room like children because y'all would rather not hear what we have to say? Because I feel like that's what the real conversation is now. The real conversation is, when are we allowed to say something? When do y'all want us to speak? And when do y'all want us to be quiet for the sake of y'all being able to say that somebody straight did this, somebody heterosexual did this?